And welcome back to another episode of The Credit Authority. And I'm so excited today to bring on a special guest. Not only do I have the privilege of calling him a friend, but he is a stellar figure in our community. So welcome today is Mr. Rich Salagdo, also known as Big Daddy. How are you?
I'm good, Rhonda. How are you?
Good. So I appreciate you taking the time to come visit us today. Obviously, with the Credit Authority, we're always speaking to people in arts, entertainment, and entrepreneurship. And I feel like you actually fit in all three of those categories. So first, I would like to start with, why don't you tell us, who is Big Daddy? Who are you? We know that you are this magnificent person and people have heard of you, but who are you?
I still, to this day, don't know who I am. But all kidding, all kidding aside, I am a guy that grew up in Long Island, New Hyde Park. I'm in the insurance world. I've been doing that for 30 years now. And I've had the great fortune of working with some of the biggest names in sports, entertainment, television. And, I have clients from all parts of the world. And when I mean world, business world, I have the pizza owner client, I've got the bakery client, I've got, the pro athlete. So it's not just one sector. I work with everybody because in our business, we're here to help people. I always tell the clients that I don't work for the insurance companies, I work for them.
Sure.
So that's who Big Daddy is.
A lot of what we talk about at the Credit Authority is what's happening in the market right now. And you hit on something so important, which is that you provide insurance. When speaking to a new client, whether they be a celebrity athlete or whether it be your baker, what is the first recommendation that you make to them?
Well, we always tell them that, it's not an event, it's a process. So we have to sit down and evaluate, why do you need insurance? Is it because someone told you need it? Did someone tell you to purchase a particular product? Why do you need insurance? And then, how much do you need? Then the third step, which I always say is the most critical one, is, do you have insurance on your mind as a need or for something else?
Sure.
Because, the need is, hey, I just had a baby and I want to protect my wife and children, God forbid something happens. Or, you've accumulated this large estate and you're worth a lot of money and you want to make sure that when you pass on, everything gets passed on correctly in the right fashion and you have all your I's dotted and your T's crossed. So that's where we come in and we share these thoughts, and it's like building a menu. You tell me what the ingredients are, and then I'll put it together and we come back and say, boom, here's the menu. What do you want? We're not going to spend your money. We're going to try to do it in a way that is economically fitting for you. Every budget is different.
Thank you.
Every budget is different.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's where some people get confused. We're not out to gouge you or try to make a career out of one sale. Okay, we don't look at it as a sale. We look at it as a business marriage. We're here to guide you, protect you, your family, your business, your employees, whatever it is that needs to be protected. That's what we do for the client.
Which I love. And that really kind of covers the business part of Big Daddy. You also have your own show that focuses on sports and sports entertainment. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's funny. I didn't go to school for journalism, and I was, it's kind of, the funny part is that when you're around it so much, you say to yourself, okay, look, a guy like Michael Strahan, he does what he does. Jay Glazer, he does Kevin Weeks. All these guys are all Billy Jaffe. Everyone's NFL, NHL. And then as people find out who you are, you get to meet all these other people. So I had the good fortune of being able to work at Fox News with Fox and Friends. All of a sudden I get handed a mic and, hey, Big Daddy, you're going to be the interviewer at the Super Bowls. So I've done that since 2008, before COVID, and then all that put an end to that. But, it's something that in the beginning, I wasn't that intrigued by it, but then all of a sudden, I guess I caught the bug, and I want to learn more, and let me get
You felt the
involved.
power.
Yeah, I felt like something. So then I remember I had this conversation. I've had it with Adam Schefter, I've had it with Michael Strahan, and Kevin Weeks and Billy Jaffe, where I've asked, watch my stuff and tell me what I'm doing, what I'm not doing,
Yeah.
and kind of give me like a little advice. And then I really got into it. So then now we talk about this show that I have. It's called Big Daddy and Friends. In the beginning, I was just looking to be helping book some talent. But then I said to myself, you know what? Booking is a lot of work. I'm not doing that. I said, and I figured, let me ask, what's the worst thing they could say is no? I said, why don't you let me be the host? All of a sudden they came back, yeah, you're the host. I'm like, okay, so now I got to go book talent and start interviewing the talent. And I started off, I've done about 55 of them, and I just got back into starting. And the thing that I'm blessed with is that I'm able to get the talent that most bookers can't get to. And, whether it's having a personal relationship or a working relationship or, having one friend recommend me to somebody else. So that's how I've been building this library of these interviews. And, it's fun. It's fun. At the same time, it's work, but it's fun. And it keeps you improving on your vocabulary.
I have guests that come on the show too, and there's a different magnitude of conversation that comes from every interview that I do.
Yeah.
And you want to have a takeaway from every interview that you do as well. I've watched the show and I've watched several of your segments, and you look very comfortable. So I think that that's important.
Yeah.
So I congratulate you on the success of the show.
Thank you.
And then I want to talk about something which is near and dear to both of us, which is philanthropy. And I know that this is your 10th year?
In regards to the golf outing?
Yeah, the Big Daddy Celebrity Golf Outing.
Well, it's actually the 7th.
Okay.
And what happened was
I'm not
good at math either. But we had a 4-year run, and then we took a break, and then COVID came. And then last year, we put something together. We had to change the date. We had to change the amount of people, and then we had a guest list of this, and then it changed to this, and it was a real Debbie Downer. And I hate to say it that way, but
Sure.
I was kind of like, and had it not been for Angelica Steen Olsen, who's my co-host, like really getting on me about, we could do this, I'm going to do it, we're going to do it. And I kept saying, why can't we just do something else? Because it was, and we were up against all these different odds, because the day we had the event, the NFL kicked off. So most of my contacts and friends all have something to do with the NFL. So that kind of put a little, a setback. But we were fortunate enough that, friends like Michael Strahan did show up. Tracy Morgan came, Hisham Tafik, who was an actor on The Blacklist.
Sure.
And so many other people showed up that we were able to salvage something and kind of use it as a building block. Obviously now, and you're aware of this because you're in the mix, this thing has grown from a little French fry now to like this big mountainous potato, because it is taking everyone's efforts and time to make this be what it's supposed to be. A big event that's very notable, has great components attached to it, great guests and sponsors. And then obviously, we're giving to charities.
Yeah.
So that's the most important thing. It's lining yourself up with the right people, and people that think the way you do, that they understand.
Of like kind.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That we're supposed to be giving, but for the right reason.
And, over the years, when I've had the opportunity to work with other organizations, I tell people that even I know it's not always about the size of the check that you can cut, but sometimes just giving a piece of yourself and committing the time, the energy, and the effort to doing something good for somebody else goes such a far way. right? Think about all the logistics that go on behind the scenes. What are some of the challenges that you're facing right now?
Well, let me retract on your last comment. To
Sure.
everyone who's watching and listening to this, don't believe her because she puts high demands on all of us. She wants each guy, each woman, every board
You
member.
need to set a foundation and
Yes,
stick with it.
her foundation is, you better bring in 100,000 or else.
You need to put the fear of God into the people that are committing, because you know what happens? If you don't set expectations, Rich, people will not do what they say they're going to do because they have no big brother watching.
Yeah, well,
And that's the whole nature of what goes into running a successful event.
You're 1,000% right. That's why through the years, people have come and gone, because these events are not about meeting a celebrity or taking a picture or playing a round of golf. Listen, if you're playing a round of golf with a celebrity, hey, that's great because it means you paid for your foursome.
Correct.
And you deserve that right. You've earned that right.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone, hanger-oners and people that don't do anything and don't want to help give back just by having your name in the mix, that doesn't cut it.
No.
Names do not pay for charities.
Nope.
Money does.
Yep. All right. So with that in mind, our session is over, but people can visit www.bigdaddiesgolfclassic.com if you are interested in learning more about the foundation. Otherwise, stay tuned for our next guest. Thanks so much.
You got it. Thank you.